I dare you to answer this question in the comment section down below. Are you excited for the All Elite Wrestling and Impact Wrestling collaboration? Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we're going to be taking Kenny Omega 1 year through the WWE and WWE 2K20's universe mode. Now, as I am recording this is the next day after Kenny Omega just won the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, and the groundbreaking announcement was made that AEW and Impact Wrestling would be collaborating, and I don't know what way yet, but today we are about to take Kenny Omega through the WWE because I thought it'd be kind of fitting, you know? So as you see here, Kenny Omega is currently going for the Universal Championship. He is on the Monday Night Raw brand. He is an 84 overall starting off, and the way we do things around here, we look at every single week for a year in the game, and we find out what happens with the person we're tracking. Kenny Omega is the one we are tracking today, so without further ado, let's jump on into week 1. But if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button today, because 1 is absolutely free, and 2, you can subscribe at any point in the future, and we are on the road to 30K, so every subscribe would help. And can we hit 600 likes on this video in the very first day of it being uploaded? I think we can. So here we go. The very first week of Monday Night Raw. Will Kenny Omega be booked? We are scrolling through. Oh my goodness. Brock Lesnar is facing Kenny Omega in the first match of Omega's WWE career. Well, I'm going to simulate real quick, and the winner is... who won? Brock Lesnar defeated Kenny Omega in his debut. And I mean, hey, if you think about it like this, that is very realistic in a WWE world. I feel like Vince would not put Kenny over right away. We're at week 2 now, so we're going to scroll through. Okay, there was my question answered. Kenny Omega is booked to face Baron Corbin, and the winner of this match, without further ado, is Kenny Omega, picking up his very first win. We're at the go-home show to Money in the Bank, and scrolling through, is Kenny Omega booked? Yes, he was, but he lost to Braun Strowman. So Kenny Omega is now 1-2 in the WWE. Remember, statisticians, please comment at the end of this video what Kenny Omega's overall victory record was. We're at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and Seth Rollins just won the Universal Championship by defeating The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Elias defeats Randy Orton. Kairi Sane and Asuka defeats Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Sami Zayn defeats The Miz. Alexa and Nikki beat Peyton and Billy for the women's tag titles. Bayley defeats Ember Moon. Shinsuke loses to Aleister Black. Sasha Banks defeats Becky Lynch. AJ Styles defeats Ricochet. John Cena defeats Brock Lesnar. Kofi defeats Roman. Is Kenny not booked? Kenny was booked in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but it is Samoa Joe who ends up winning that one. We're at May week 4 now. Becky Lynch called out Sasha Banks, but the bigger question here is Kenny booked? He was, and he defeated Drew McIntyre. Week 1 has arrived, but is Kenny Omega booked after defeating Drew McIntyre? I almost said Baron Corbin again. Oopsies. Let's see. Is Kenny booked? Oh, he was, in a losing effort to Braun Strowman. Kenny Omega's career in the WWE right now has been very wishy-washy, but let's see what happens as we go into the next week. Kenny Omega has defeated The Miz, and that's a former WrestleMania main eventer right there. That's a big win for Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega defeats Titus O'Neil in the opener of week 3, June's Monday Night Raw. This is the go-home show to Backlash, and we're going to scroll through. Yep, Kenny Omega was booked. He defeated Titus O'Neil yet again. Kenny Omega booked on Backlash. Let's find out. Oh, man, I'm nervous. Is he booked? He already made a pay-per-view debut. Oh, he was booked against Seth Rollins, but the Monday Night Messiah defeats Kenny Omega at Backlash. July week 1 Raw kicks off with Kenny Omega defeating Drew McIntyre in the opening contest. It's July week 2, the go-home show to Extreme Rules. Is Kenny Omega booked? Yes, he is. He faced Cesaro. That'd be a banger. And he defeated Cesaro. It's time for some Extreme Rules, but was Omega booked? We're going to scroll through. Is he? Could it be? He is. Oh, he was. He faced Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship in a losing effort. So Omega had a shot at the Universal title already, but he lost. July week 3 has come around. What's Kenny Omega going to do after that loss? Oh, he faced Ricochet again, another banger, and he defeats Ricochet. How will Kenny Omega close out the month of July with a win over Titus O'Neil? I think Omega has faced Titus O'Neil more than anyone else in this universe mode so far. I suppose you could say we're now on the road to SummerSlam as we we have entered the month of August, and Kenny Omega defeats Titus O'Neil yet again. Drew McIntyre lost to Cesaro, but John Cena's picture is being shown. Interesting. Meanwhile, we are going to find out if Kenny Omega is booked. He's been booked every week, I believe. Oh, and I say it, and he does not get booked. That is pretty funny to me. This is the go-home show to SummerSlam, so let's see what happens. Oh, Kenny Omega and Titus O'Neil goes to a draw. Is Titus and Kenny in a feud? I think they are. Well, AJ Styles just won the United States Championship at SummerSlam. Randy Orton defeats Dolph Ziggler. Elias defeats Buddy Murphy. Aleister Black defeats Kane for the Intercontinental Championship. Hawkins and Ryder defeat the Good Brothers for the tag titles. We're going to keep on going. Where is Kenny Omega? Is he booked on SummerSlam? I do not believe. Oh, he was in a huge triple threat Universal Championship match against Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. Kenny Omega was not pinned nor submitted, though, mind you, as it sees clearly that Brock Lesnar is the one that lost the triple threat match. We are in week 4 of August, and let's see if Kenny was booked. He was, and he defeats Titus O'Neil yet again. Omega and O'Neil has to be a banger if they keep booking it this many times. Somebody wake me up when September ends, because September week 1 is here. But will we see Kenny Omega booked? No, we will not. He might have been booked in this match right here with Sami Zayn and O'Neil, but I'm not sure. We're on the go-home show to Hell in a Cell, and let's see if Kenny Omega, yes, Kenny Omega was booked, but his render is not popped up, and I'm very confused as to what I am seeing right here. We got Kenny Omega beating Lince Dorado and Titus O'Neil in a handicap match, but it's showing Kalisto, Lince, and Titus is okay. I mean, Omega won. Keep that in the stat book. Welcome to Hell in a Cell. The Fiend Bray Wyatt defeats Baron Corbin. Hawkins and Ryder defeat the Good Brothers. Let's see. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas defeat the New Day. Aleister defeats Kane. Omega defeats Titus O'Neil in his first pay-per-view win at Hell in a Cell. Let's just see real quick what the titles happen. Oh my goodness. John Cena is the Universal Champion now, and Ronda Rousey defeated Becky Lynch inside of the cell. After getting his first pay-per-view win, let's see what happens as Kenny Omega goes into September week 3. Will he even be booked? I hope that was the end of that feud. I'm not gonna lie to you. And apparently it was not, because Kenny Omega has not been booked. This is the last Raw of September. Is Omega booked? I do not think so. He is not booked again. Not only is this October week 1, but this is also the go-home show to Super Showdown. Will Kenny Omega get back onto the show? I do not know, but oh my goodness. John Cena called out Kenny Omega in a show closer promo. Does that mean we're about to see Omega versus Cena for the Universal Championship at Super Showdown? I do not know, but I hope so. All I'm saying is Cena and Omega would be a banger, so I hope it happens here at Super Showdown. Will it though? I do not know. Oh my goodness. The Cleaner, goodbye, good night, bang, is your new Universal Champion as he defeats John Cena at Super Showdown. Now, originally, I was going to draft over Kenny Omega to SmackDown had he not won the championship in the month before October, obviously. If he was not the Universal Champion, he was going to get sent over to SmackDown because that's usually when the draft happens. However, I mean, I'll keep it honest with you. He's the champ. I'm going to keep him on Monday Night Raw. So Kenny Omega is the new Universal Champion, and he kicks off his title reign with a loss to Seth Rollins. You hate to see that, man. Come on, Kenny. You got to get a win. And now, because Kenny is the champion, I need to see if Samoa Joe cashes in, and he did not. Good. This is week 3 of October, and we're going to go through now. I don't wonder, because I figure, yep, Seth Rollins defeats Omega once again. Omega just cannot beat Seth Rollins. It's the last Monday Night Raw of October. Will Kenny Omega get back on a winning track? Yes, he will, as he defeats Mr. Money in the Bank, Samoa Joe. That is a big, good sign, if you ask me, because if Omega does get cashed in on by Samoa Joe, at least he knows he can beat him. That's a good sign, if you ask me. Welcome to November. Let's see if Kenny Omega is booked. He's back to winning, but can he keep that up? He is not even booked on this card. Will November week 2 be better to Kenny Omega Omega? I sure hope so. But, oh, it was. He faced The Fiend, and The Fiend defeats Kenny Omega. What a way to kick off week 3 of Monday Night Raw. This is the go home to Survivor Series. Kenny Omega defeats Brock Lesnar in what was a rematch of Omega's very first night in the WWE. I do believe this will be Kenny Omega's first title defense here at Survivor Series, so let's see if he's booked. If he is booked, that is. I should point that out clearly. Oh, we got a Survivor Series match, actually, and Team Raw loses to Team SmackDown. It's Omega, Braun, and Cena and Eric Young versus Kofi Kingston, Aleister Black, R-Truth, and Randy Orton, with obviously Team SmackDown going over, except I believe Aleister Black is on Raw. I don't know what just happened, but I do know Kenny Omega just got another L. Kicking off week 4 of November, Kenny Omega battles Braun Strowman in a losing effort. Omega's just losing all of these matches now. That's insane to me. Omega's kicking things off against The Fiend as we head into December, and Kenny Omega loses once again to The Fiend. You hate to see it, man. Omega is opening up the show December week 2, the go home to TLC against Braun Strowman, and he loses. Omega, you gotta pull out some W's if you want to keep that belt. Welcome to tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my, but let's see if Kenny Omega can keep his championship. He's been on quite a losing streak lately. I do not know if he'll be able to. He does in a big triple threat TLC match. Hey, Omega is clutch when he needs to be. He defeats John Cena and Drew McIntyre in a triple threat TLC match. We're now entering December week 3. Is Kenny Omega booked here tonight? I do not know. He was, but he lost to Braun Strowman. How do you go from winning a triple threat TLC match to losing to Braun? Well, Omega gets to run the ones right back at Braun Strowman. Will he win? He does, finally. He defeats Braun Strowman on the last Monday Night Raw of the year. Happy New Year. It's January week 1, and will we see Kenny Omega booked? I do. Yes, we do. Kenny Omega defeats Seth Rollins, actually. With the Royal Rumble quickly approaching as we enter week 2 of January, can Kenny Omega keep a winning streak alive? He wasn't even booked this week. He kind of is like Kurt Hawkins. Can Kenny Omega keep that undefeated streak going for the year? I do not know. I mean, granted, he's not undefeated for the year. He's undefeated in the new year, but will that keep up? Let's see if he gets booked this week. He does not get booked again. It is week 4 of January, which means this is the go-home show to the Royal Rumble. Will Kenny Omega find his way back onto a Raw card? Yes, he will, defeating Rey Mysterio in what I am sure was a absolute banger. The Royal Rumble is here. It is not showing me who won the Rumble, sadly, but nevertheless, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson win the tag titles. Ember Moon defeats Liv Morgan. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel defeat Bryan and Rowan. Asuka and Kairi Sane defeat Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Ali defeats Jinder Mahal. Ruby Riott defeats Becky Lynch. John Cena won the Universal Championship back from Kenny Omega. You hate to see that, man. Kofi defeats Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship, and we don't know who won the Rumble. Let's see real quick. Let's go to the news. So Becky Lynch won the Royal Rumble for the females, and John Cena won the Universal Championship. Where is the Royal Rumble for the men? Let's keep on scrolling. Jimmy Uso won the Royal Rumble for the men. With Kenny Omega no longer holding the Universal Championship, as we head into February week 1, you know he needs to get every single win he can to earn that championship, and he defeats Braun Strowman here on Monday Night Raw. That's a good shot right there for Kenny Omega. It's February week 2, which means that this is the go-home show to the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Will Kenny Omega be booked? I hope so. He is, and he defeats The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Hey, Omega's racking up these W's on his way to WrestleMania. Other than losing the championship, obviously. It is now time for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Is Kenny Omega booked in his Elimination Chamber debut? He was not even booked in the chamber. I'm very surprised about that, actually, considering that Omega racked up a W against Braun Strowman, who is now the Universal Champion. What? All I'm gonna say is this: Omega defeated Braun Strowman. He should definitely get a World Championship opportunity, but he's not even booked on Monday Night Raw. We're on the last February of Monday Night Raw. Let's see here what is happening. Kenny Omega is not booked, yet Eric Young is in the main event against Brock Lesnar. Kenny Omega went from being the Universal Champion to not even getting booked, so I really do hope. Okay, there we go. Kenny Omega defeats Cedric Alexander here as we start the next month. What a big fatal four-way to kick things off. If Omega can defeat Braun Strowman, that would be very big for Omega as we're going into Fastlane this Sunday. Can he do it? He does not. Seth Rollins gets that opportunity instead. I don't know if he's gonna get the title. title opportunity, but I do know Seth just picked up a huge win. We are at Fastlane. This is the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, and Kenny Omega did not get the Universal Championship match. That went to Drew McIntyre, and it appears that McIntyre is now the winner and holder of that Universal Championship. But did Omega get booked at all? Let's go ahead and find out. It does not appear so. He did not get booked. It's March week 3. Omega is facing Corbin and gets a win against Baron Corbin. We got Kenny Omega battling Samoa Joe, and Omega has defeated Samoa Joe in the opening contest. We have just begun the month of April, and Becky Lynch defeats Alicia Fox, but let's find out if Kenny Omega gets booked. He did in a winning effort against The Miz. This is the go-home show to WrestleMania, and let's see if Omega was booked as we're gonna quickly go through right here. Wait a minute! Kenny Omega just defeated Drew McIntyre for the Universal Championship. How did that even happen? Usually title matches don't get booked unless they win the briefcase. Did Omega he won the championship? Did he beat Joe for the briefcase or something? I'm very confused as to how that even, So doing my further research, there is no Money in the Bank holder now. Samoa Joe never cashed in. So did Kenny Omega win the briefcase against Samoa Joe and then cash in on Drew McIntyre? Huh? Okay. I am very, very confused about this, but nevertheless, Kenny Omega has held the championship for a combined total of 105 days, and he is going into WrestleMania now as the Universal Champion. Welcome to WrestleMania. Randy Orton defeats Kofi Kingston. Andrade defeats Lars Sullivan. Apollo defeats Ali. Daniel Bryan and Rowan defeat Otis and Tucker. Asuka and Kairi Sane defeat Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Gallows and Anderson defeat Dash and Scott. We see Peyton Royce and Billie Kay defeat Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Kenny Omega defeats Jimmy Uso for the Universal Championship. So Omega is still your Universal Champion. With 2 weeks left in this year-long sim, Kenny Omega battles the man he stole the briefcase from, Samoa Joe, in a winning effort. And in the last match of Kenny Omega's first year in the WWE, he faces Seth Rollins in a winning effort as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Kenny Omega's very first year in the WWE. You statisticians, please comment down below and let me know how many times Kenny Omega won and how many times Kenny Omega lost, as I'm always interested in that type of stuff. If you did enjoy this video though, leave a like, and as always and forever, take it easy though, guys. Peace.